Hey everybody, Adam here. I am coming to you from jolly old London. So far, let's recap. I have been to Samsung Unpacked in San Francisco. I have been to MWC in Barcelona, and I have been to the Nothing launch event in London, and I'm still not done. Anyway, I'm going home tomorrow for the first time in a week, and for the first time over 24 hours in over 2 weeks. So I am a happy Adam. So I wanted to take a minute to talk about what happened in London today, because Nothing released a trio of devices that honestly I'm kind of impressed by. Now, before we go any further, I should say I did write up a hands-on post about this for Gear Diary. I will link that in the show notes down below. And while you're down below, why don't you go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment down below. You haven't heard any what I'm going to say yet, so maybe we should save the commenting until later. But make sure you check out my article on Gear Diary. And you know what? While you're there, check out some of the other articles, because it's a nice site. Anyway, so Nothing today launched the Nothing Headphones A, the Nothing 4A, and the Nothing 4A Pro. Now, I was able to have hands-on time with all three devices. There will be a review of the 4A Pro, probably the other two devices as well, coming in the near future. But for now, we're just going on, hands-on time that I've had with the devices. And right off the bat, I just want to say this is honestly, I think, the most impressive lineup of devices that Nothing has ever released. So we have three really solid competitors in their respective markets, their respective budgets, with one little caveat that we'll talk about. But honestly, this is a really impressive lineup that Nothing has launched, and there is nary a flagship to be seen. So if I'm saying that, maybe it's time to pay attention. Here's what the dealio is. So first of all, we had the Headphone A, which is the A series for the Headphone 1 that launched last July. The Headphone A looks very similar to the Headphone 1 with a few differences. Most notably, there's colors. We have colors on the Headphone A. Last year's Headphone 1 just had white and black, which, fine. But there's colors. There's a yellow colorway, there is a black colorway, there is a white colorway, and then there is a pink colorway. The yellow one is going to be a limited edition. That'll be launched later this year, like April timeframe, but white, pink, and black are all available as of starting right now, and they are available in the US through nothing.tech or through Amazon. Link, boom. Anyway, so one of the notable standout features is these headphones have 135 hours of battery life. Nothing said it's like 5 days worth of battery life. And that's the most battery life that any Nothing audio product has ever had. So right off the bat, pretty cool. They do have ANC. I was not able to listen to them at the launch event, but based on what I got from the Headphone 1, they're probably good. I don't know that they're going to be great. I personally did not like the sound out of the box with the Nothing one, with the Nothing Headphone 1. So there will be some tweaking involved in the Nothing X app. But these are going to be coming at $199, which for a mid-range set of headphones is a tad on the high side. You can usually get mid-range headphones with probably a similar feature set for between $100 and $150. So these are on the high side, but overall, I don't hate them. So moving on to the Nothing 4A, and here's that caveat that we talked about. The Nothing 4A is not available for sale in the United States. So that kind of sucks, or maybe it doesn't. I haven't tested it yet, so I'm not really sure if I'm disappointed by that news or not. You can't buy it if you're coming from the United States. You'd have to import it. But if I'm saying that, that probably suggests something kind of cool about the Nothing 4A Pro. Stay tuned. Anyway, so some specifications. Qualcomm Snapdragon 7S Gen 4 chipset, 8 or 12 gigabytes of RAM, 128 or 256 gigabytes of storage, 5,080 milliamp hour battery. I believe it's 5,400 milliamp hours in India. Not sure why that's different, but we're going to go with it. Triple camera setup on the back. There's a 50 megapixel main camera, a 50 megapixel 3.5x zoom lens, and an 8 megapixel ultra wide sticker cam. I don't know anything about the camera quality. I can't speak to any of those. I actually have a set of Nothing A headphones and a Nothing 4A sitting in boxes at my home because they were sent after I left for the travel week from hell. So I will be able to speak more on that stuff later, but for now, that's kind of the general specifications. On the back, there's a Glyph bar. I don't know why I'm pointing at my hand, but there is a Glyph bar, and that's going to do the light up thing, you get a call, it blinks, and when you're doing like an Uber, it'll like fill up while your Uber gets closer, stuff like that. It's a lot more basic than Glyphs that we've seen in the past, but it's all good. That phone is going to be €349 or 349 pounds. There are other currency conversions for like India and whatnot. I don't know those off the top of my head. Sorry. And then finally, we're going to move on to the Nothing 4A Pro, which is available in the United States. I believe that goes on sale. Is it today? It might be on sale today. I don't remember. It's starting March 13th. Yeah, see? That's what we call clever stalling. It's not what we call it. Anyway, so there's a Nothing 4A Pro, and this is as close to a flagship that Nothing is going to get in 2026. And again, I need to repeat this. I said a lot of this at Gear Diary, so make sure you go click that article. I am going to not put affiliate links in this video for the first 2 weeks, so that if you want to buy it, you have to go through Gear Diary or Google, but whatever. This is the as flagship as you're going to get in 2026. The design on this phone is very much on point. There's a camera island up at the top on the back, roughly about the same size as the 17 Pro Max. There's 3 cameras put in there and the Glyph matrix, which we'll talk about in a second. And they're all kind of clustered together in a way that makes a lot more sense than a Nothing Phone 3. I did not like the design of a Nothing Phone 3. I know some people that did. Whatever, different strokes for different folks. I'm not going to complain about it. No shade here. But I like this design a lot more. It's a lot smoother. It's a lot more cohesive. It's a lot more Nothing. I kind of wonder if maybe Nothing lost the plot just a little bit with the Nothing Phone 3, but like I said, if you like it, it's subjective, whatever. So similar specifications to the Nothing 4A, 128 or 256 gigabytes of storage, 8 or 12 gigabytes of RAM. The main difference is that this RAM is LDPP, LDPD, PDT. I can't read those letters that fast. 5 instead of 4. And this processor is a Snapdragon 7 Gen 4, not a 7S Gen 4. I had to reread the specifications a couple of times because I'm like, how is this different? Anyway, there's no S. So the S series is, for those not familiar, is Qualcomm's kind of like slightly lesser chip. It's really not that huge of a difference, but anyway. Cameras are 50 megapixel main, 50 megapixel wide, 50 megapixel telephoto, and 32 megapixel wide. So the camera performance, especially in the ultra-wide department, should be a lot better. And then there's the Glyph matrix on the back. You might remember the Glyph matrix from the Nothing Phone 3 video that I'm going to put. Am I pointing on the right side? I don't know. I don't know anymore, but it's somewhere. You might remember that from the video last July. Basically what it is like a dot matrix circular screen that goes on the back. The key differences are, one, the Glyph matrix this time does not have an activation button. It only activates when you turn on flip to Glyph and flip your phone down on the table. So we'll have to see, but I'm super not a fan of that philosophy. And then the other thing is that the pixels, the pixels in the Glyph matrix are bigger. So the smaller Glyph matrix, the Nothing Phone 3 Glyph matrix had, I want to say, 30% more pixels in the Glyph matrix, so you were able to get like finer details in the blocky drawings that you were getting. So that's the Glyph matrix. There's also a new feature called Essential Apps, which I haven't had a chance to play with yet. I think it might have actually rolled out on the Nothing Phone 3 earlier, but I haven't used that in a while. But there's a new thing called Essential Apps, which is essentially kind of sort of like vibe coding, but mini apps, like vibe coding mini apps that you can use natural language to do. How useful that's going to be, I'm not sure, but I am certainly going to play with it because I've been dabbling with a little vibe coding myself, so that should be interesting. Okay, and then finally, there's in the app drawer, there's a thing called a smart app drawer that's in beta. With the 20 or so apps that they had on the demo devices, it worked fine. Basically what it does is it smartly organizes your apps into categories so that you can find them in the app drawer, similar to what iOS does with the app drawer that isn't an app drawer. I'm calling it the same thing here. It's an app drawer that isn't an app drawer. How that's going to work when I install like all 200 plus apps on my phone, I don't know, but it'll be interesting to find out. The Nothing 4A Pro is going to be at $499, with pre-order starting, like I said, on March 13th and going on sale March 27th. I think that if this performs as well or, in the same neighborhood as the Nothing Phone 3A, which launched around the same time last year, I think that's going to be a pretty good phone for you to go out and pick up. It's going to be the same price as the Pixel 10a, which itself has some interesting features. But the Nothing 4a Pro could be the go-to recommendation for a $500 smartphone. I need to use it. I've only had it in my hands for a couple of hours. So I definitely need to get out there and use it more than a couple of hours, and then I will have a more focused opinion on that. That review will be going to Mashable when the embargo drops later this month. So for now, that is the lineup that Nothing dropped today. And again, I'm going to repeat, I think this is a really solid lineup. Like, you have a really solid set of headphones, in theory. You have a really solid budget phone, in theory. And you have a really solid mid-range phone, in theory. Nothing hasn't really disappointed me thus far. I would say the launch in July was as close as I got. And at the end of the day, those headphones and that phone were good. I mean, they were good. Nothing was punching above its weight class there. I thought they took a few steps back from previous products that they had done, but if they're back, man, these are really compelling offerings at really good price points. So I think that's probably going to do it for this video. That is the Nothing lineup. Let me know what you think. Are you into it? Are you interested in these devices? Are you meh? I mean, the thing about Nothing is Nothing has consistently, in both hardware and software, practiced a lot of really intentional design, with the exception of the Nothing Phone 3. But like everything that Nothing has done from a design standpoint has been very intentional, very well thought out, and it has made a lot of sense. So I believe Nothing is back on that train, and I believe that it is offering some really good products here. Full disclosure, they did pay for travel and lodging for me to come to London, so take that from what you will. This is not sponsored. Nothing is not paying me. All they're doing is buying my time. So until I am able to put these phones through their paces, I'm not going to give a final judgment. I am going to say that they look very interesting. So I think that's going to do it for this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know which of the devices caught your eye. Maybe you're going to buy one. Maybe you're going to buy all three. I don't know. If you're going to buy all three, you are not in the United States. So let me know down below. Comment. I'm really interested to start a conversation down there, and let me know what you think. Some reviews, by the way, not my review, but some reviews of the Nothing Headphone A and the Nothing 4A are already out there. Those reviews went out today. I wasn't able to participate because, not home. But, maybe you have some opinions that I don't. Maybe it turns out these things are terrible. I don't know. But anyway, so comment down below. Let me know what's up. And I will see you in the next video, which I believe will thankfully... No, it probably won't be, but might be filmed from my desk. Thank you very much. Have a good night. See you in the next video. Whatever I do to sign off, I don't even know anymore.